Welcome to 7 mistakes small business owners make with their websites and what you can proactively do to avoid them. Is there a formula for the perfect website? Yes, but it does vary depending on your audience. Your audience will influence your website's navigation, layout, colours, etc. Your audience will also determine how you deliver the content, whether that's via text, video, etc. As a quick tip, always use a font size of at least 11 point. My name's Hayden Rouse and I've been creating websites for over 17 years and taught hundreds of people how to design websites and helped many businesses make thousands from their website. Creating and maintaining websites needn't be, but it can be complicated. I know how you feel about creating a website for your business. I felt the same way. Do I do it myself? What software do I use? Should I hire someone? And who do I trust? And even how should the site be laid out? It can all get a bit overwhelming. However, I've created lots of successful websites for many different types of businesses, and there are some golden rules on what you should do and some things you need to avoid. Mistake number 1 is leaving your website as an afterthought. There are so many initial steps that a business owner must follow through at the beginning of a new venture. In many cases, the company website is not discussed or considered at all, or it is discussed very late in the startup process. So lesson number 1, learn how to integrate your website planning much earlier in the business planning process to maximise your effectiveness when connecting with your market. Mistake number 2, hiring a designer who knows nothing about marketing. There are many web designers who have a beautiful portfolio of work they have completed for prior clients. With the tools and technology available today, some websites are nothing short of an artistic masterpiece. The problem that creeps up often is that the designer is only a designer and knows nothing about attracting an audience to a website. You could have the nicest website on the planet, but it would be completely useless unless it was discovered by people. More importantly, it needs to be discovered by people who are looking for what you are offering. Lesson number 2, learn how to effectively hire good web designers and how to determine for yourself if there is a good marketing strategy in place for the growth of your website. Moving on to mistake number 3, making your website all about you or your company. If you hit your visitors with messages all about you and your story, they will be very quick to hit the back button and leave, possibly forever. You are an internet user yourself, so think about your browsing habits. Imagine what you do. It is very likely that you get impatient and trying to find information out quickly. With so many websites and resources to choose from, if you do not find what you are looking for immediately, you leave the site you are on and continue your search. The same goes for people using your website. Lesson number 3, learn how to design your site in such a way that you capture the attention of your visitors and keep them on your website. Even better, make them feel inclined to return to your site over and over again. Create the site for your audience and answer their questions. Moving on to mistake number 4, making the website static and unchanging. The internet is growing faster than ever before. Over time, it will become increasingly difficult to stand out from the crowd. When you develop a static website that never changes, you leave yourself in a disadvantaged position. As the number of sites and resources online grow, your site becomes smaller and more difficult to discover. It would be similar to a shop owner sitting behind the counter of their store 7 days a week, rather than getting out to trade shows, networking events, seminars, etc. They're staying in one place and relying on a single source of traffic for all their business. Lesson 4 then. Learn how to build a dynamic website that evolves and changes over time. Use a dynamic platform. You give yourself the opportunity to have a public conversation with your audience, address questions and deal with any customer service complaints. In essence, you become more engaged and more well known for what you do. Mistake number 5, ignoring search engines. Despite the amount of free information on the subject, the majority of small business owners do not fully understand the implications of not being optimized for search engines. People have turned the word Google into an adjective, and they use it to get answers to almost any question they may have. If you are not actively publishing web content that is indexed in search engines, you are missing out on the most powerful inbound marketing tool that has ever been available to business owners. Lesson number 5. Learn the basics of search engine optimization and how to properly design your website so that it can be found and indexed by all the major search engines. Learn some simple steps that you can perform immediately that will increase your search engine exposure. Example, finding out the keywords that your customers are using and include those words in your content. Ignoring or misusing social media. It seems that every demographic of people are flocking to social media. Facebook has passed Google as the #1 most visited website on the internet. Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram and Pinterest are giants in terms of social media communication now. The problem exists when business owners attempt to use these social networks in the wrong way. They treat them as advertising platforms with a spray and pray marketing strategy. While doing so, they annoy prospects who will be very difficult to win over from that point forward. So lesson number 6 is learn how to engage in social media and use it as an amazing networking tool. Learn how to tap into the social web to find sources of knowledge you never knew existed and translate the knowledge into tangible action items for you and your business. Mistake number 7. Letting prospects walk away and never come back. Getting people to visit your website can be a chore in itself. Once you have visitors on your site, they may spend some time looking around and then leave once they got the information they are looking for. Without some kind of engagement process in place, the chances of seeing this person on your site again are slim. In the end, the effort put out to draw that person to the website becomes wasted if that person never takes any action to advance to a potential sale. So lesson number 7. Learn how to provide intriguing incentives to your visitors so that you can find out their name and contact information. Show that you have incredible value to offer as an expert in your field, and they will be more than happy to receive more information from you in the future. Use this process to build trust, and over time, that trust leads to the kind of relationship where people feel comfortable to buy. So do you have a website? If so, would you like a completely free website review whereby I personally look at your site and suggest improvements? If so, contact me. This is our website and here's our telephone number. I look forward to hearing from you.